Yes.
Yeah, could you uh, talk about right view, right view? Because I read that it's about knowing several things, like let me see. I'm trying to remember from my brain at this time. It's about knowing Four Noble Truths and knowing the anicca, dukkha, and anatta,
Mm-hmm.
and also the about karma.
Mm.
I intellectually understand, I think, what it means, but it's not in my heart yet. So if you could touch upon that in everyday life.
Yeah, that's very helpful, because right view is the first part of the Noble Eightfold Path.
Yes.
So, without right view, you really can't walk along the your spiritual path. It's like you have the navigation in your car. So if you drive from here to New York or something, if you know the road, it's fine. If you don't know the road, you need the help, and this navigation will take you to the shortest possible and alarming all the dangers you have ahead, and then avoiding you taking wrong exit, right? It's a really very helpful thing to have navigation. Just like that, when you have the right view, you know your way, your path is clear, you know what to do and what not to do, you know what is wholesome, what is unwholesome. Then you know what is dangerous, the dangers you understand, then you avoid those things. So a right view in that way can be really helpful to all of us. And see, right view, um, when you, for example, there is one particular sutta, if you want to take a look in Majjhima Nikaya, it is called Sammaditthi Sutta. There are 16 methods. Okay, in you can trigger your right view. 16 methods.
Do you know what number Majjhima Nikaya?
It should be Majjhima Nikaya 9, if I'm not mistaken.
Samadhi.
Sammaditthi Sutta. Yeah. That is right view, discourse on right view.
Okay.
Middle and Saints. I think Bhikkhu Bodhi's book has that too. So Venerable Sariputta explains 16 different methods, how we can actually generate right view. While talking about the Four Noble Truths has, we need to know one thing, we need to know. So there are things that we need to know. Okay? And then there are things that we need to avoid, abandon. And then things we need to cultivate. So the Four Noble Truths are also to be intellectually grasped, but as you mentioned, it will not go to your heart, or maybe it will be a different understanding. I would suggest you, if you read a particular sutta on right view, or even like dependent origination or something, you read the sutta and meditate right away. Immediately after that, you will feel different transcendental level of understanding. So what is more important is, as you mentioned, how to apply this theory in our day-to-day life. That's really important. Sometimes we need to come to a meditation center or something to practice, but you can also practice it in other places, like in maybe busy New York City or some other places where you have different weather conditions, different noises and different situations, different locations and different occasions. If you meditate, you will be able to know things more clearly. Why we don't see things clearly? Because we have very monkey mind, murky mind, right? You can't see things very clearly because of that. But when we meditate, we become calm, bodily, mentally, verbally. We become calm, and then you can see things very clearly. So when you can see things clearly, you can take right decisions, right? So in Buddhism we call Sila, Samadhi and Panya. Sila is that bodily and verbal concentration or discipline, and then when you have that, you can faster concentrate, better concentrate. That is called Samadhi. So bodily, verbally, mentally, when you have that discipline within you, you become much more concentrated person, much more peaceful person, and we can maintain our inner peace better, and then the wisdom will come to you naturally. So right view will be a part of that too. Right view. It is said in the Samma Ditti Sutta, for example, through the food also you can generate right view. While eating food, you need to concentrate. Why? What you eat, how, what will happen to your body when you eat, and how you can concentrate, and how you can also what do you call control your craving for food. Like the monks, when they eat, we recite a particular stanza here, like wisely reflecting, I use alms food not for fun, not for pleasure, not for adornment, not for beauty, only for the nourishment and health of this body, and for sustaining my spiritual practice. And I will eliminate all the unpleasant feelings, and I will not produce new unpleasant feelings. In this way, I'll be blameless and comfortable. Having said that, you eat, so you don't need so much to eat. You need only a little to survive. That I think is a great training for you to trigger right view. So when you eat, there are different kinds of food, different types of food. Like for humans, we have what we call, we eat like animals have different food, and then very gross food, right? And then it is said the celestial beings, heavenly beings they don't eat like we do. They are very refined. Maybe most of the time it is karmic food, that they don't need to eat food, like they don't need to work 8 to 5, 24/7. They don't have to work. They will get food karmically. And in certain other advanced Brahma realms, it is said they live purely on the happiness, completely on happiness. When you are happy, you also don't feel like eating, right? Sometimes when you are really happy, you don't feel the hunger. So that can happen to us if you keep practicing. Even in meditation, you can see the unprecedented rapture and joy that you have, the comfort that you have in your body and mind can really make you much more comfortable person, a peaceful person. So you don't need so much food. So concentrating on food can be a really good way to generate right view. And there are others, as I mentioned, 16 ways. So like thinking of the birth, thinking of the death, thinking of different things in the world. You can also focus, as you mentioned, karma and anicca, dukkha, anatta. They are really powerful ways. Even breath, you can think like the arising and cessation, arising and cessation. It gives a powerful teaching to us, lesson to us about our own birth and death, right? Every breath, incoming breath is like birth to us. Every outgoing breath is like death to us, isn't it? Every single day, the sun rises, the sun sets. You see, you are reminded of that glorious uncertainty and the change. And every time we offer flowers, we also remember this is beautiful fresh flower. Later on, it will decay. So is our life, right? It's not. It doesn't remain the same forever. See how changes can teach a great lesson to us. So what does it mean? We don't live forever. We live only for a short time. And I think in practical sense, you need to think of every action, everything, all conditioned things are changing. It doesn't mean like you don't have to eat anything. You die, you become sick, and those things can happen. They are like integral part of our life. But we need to also feed our body. We need to take care of this body. And although this is impermanent, this is suffering, so it doesn't show that you have to be pessimistic all the time. You have to take care of your body. You need to exercise. You need to eat good food. You need to dress well. All these, you need to study, work. All these things are part of it. But you need to know one day or the other, something somewhere we might lose. Things can change, right? Relationships can change, and health can change, and maybe our wealth can change, right? You might lose things. You might lose your loved ones. You lose your health. These things can happen to us. So you understand that. You continue to live with that understanding. That way, I think we can better generate a powerful right view.